what it does. Peoples, what is happening? Let me turn this down. All right, cool. We're in the building. How is everyone doing today? What are we working on out here in these lovely streets? So much cool stuff happening right now. I'm laughing at Paul. Uh, yo, super cool, super cool. Anyway, yeah, today's going to be a quick little Q&A session. I have to run around and do some appointments, but I didn't want to leave you guys out for another week, see what's going on. No, I haven't had a chance to play with the Mackie as much as I wanted to for the weekend. It was just busy packing, getting ready for the old Japan situation. Um, Man, there's so many things happening right now. Here's the thing. This season is upon us, and this happens every year. It's gear season. Okay, so like, it's legit gear season. So I'm curious, like, what are you most excited about picking up for gear season? That would be the question of today. Let's see. Let's try this. All right, there we go. There we go. That's a little heavy. Let's lighten this up a little bit. Boom. There you go. What are you most excited about for gear season? Actually, let's take some of that margin out of here. Ooh. And then we edit this. Is there something after? Nope. Okay, good. All right, cool. I'm curious. Here, let's do this. This looks more cool. Now, there are so many new things coming out. Of course, for me, you know what it is. It's the iPhones, right? Like I'm curious of what's going to be popping in the new iPhones, and those are coming up quick. We're looking at like next week or so, on the 12th. Nice day. We're gonna find out about what's going on in, as far as iPhones go, like what are going to be the new updates, what's going to bring to the table. Now, you know, automatically, right? Camera is always one of the big talking points for that. I think this year everyone's going to be up and over, like, you know, I don't like to pay attention to the rumors, but if the rumors are correct about getting USB-C, that would be a big one. I mean, that would be a massive one, actually. Now, I don't know. There's something about Lightning that I actually like. I like some of the, you know, built-in digital audio connections. I like the fact that it's auto-correcting. What does that mean? In the Lightning cable, if one of the pins dies, it will auto-recalculate and move that process to another empty pin. USB-C ain't doing that. But it's so much easier to get USB-C cables. Let's just be dead honest. Like, it's much, much easier to get those USB-C cables. So yeah, hella curious. Like, what are people excited about as far as coming in? What we're getting for new iPhone. Let me check Mac rumors and see if there's any good news today. Oh, oh, boom. This is actually a solid point. You know, that happens. That happens, right? And you know, there's definitely been years where a whole bunch of stuff came out, but none of it was exciting. So that could very well happen again. I mean, there's huge possibilities that nothing that comes out will supersede what we already have. The Apple event poster and the Wonderlust thing has people definitely talking about what Apple is planning on putting out. What I'm curious about is new Mac Studios, but I don't think that's going to happen until April. definitely curious about more information on Vision Pro. And in theory, we're supposed to get new iPads. But they have to. They have to. And you know, it's funny, like people are cynical as people are cynical because they don't really understand why choices were made, that the choices were made. And the number one thing that probably drives me the most batty is the easy hanging fruit, which is probably the dumbest talking point in the planet, because the same people that say that will do some, like, buy a pair of Dunks or Rock Supreme or whatever. They'll be like, Apple is doing this just to make money. Turns out that's what businesses do. You're probably in a business and you probably make videos or edit videos or do whatever. It's because you need to make money. And yet they'll pop on real quick and they'll be like, oh, Apple's doing this because they're just trying to make money. Yeah, that's what businesses do. Like, it's kind of the beginning and end of every. You could be in the world's oldest business, use a hoe, and your job is to make money. Like, so please stop with that one. That one is so dumb. It doesn't even make any sense. I don't know why people always say that shit. It's super stupid to me. But hey, you do you. Now, they're being forced into USB-C because of the EU. And they're never going to admit to that, because admitting to that would open them up for the lawsuits that they've sort of got out of so far. So the minute they say that we had to put this because, you know, the EU says we need to, and they have to concede if they want to continue to sell in the EU, and they tried to work around it. They've punted the appeals case down the road as far as they could. And this has been, I think, like 8-9 years that they've punted. So finally it's coming through, and more than likely, if it happens, if it doesn't happen, that means they managed to punt again. But if it happens, they have no choice. But they can't go in and say that, okay, we had it wrong all of this time, because if they do, then you're opening yourself back up to relitigation. So there are far more people smarter than us than assuming that we're victims because we didn't get a freaking cable. Be honest, USB-C cable is not better than the lightning cable. It's just not. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Raph. When people really understand oh my God, that just seems big today. Let's do this. Ooh, stop doing that. When people really understand the difference and the time save and the quality of life, so forth, so on, etc., they would really understand why those premiums are worth paying, right? Raph, is like, you know, people going out and buying shitty tripods. Everybody's super happy about the tripod that they bought that was better than buying the Sackler until they dropped their camera. when you had a heavy as hell, hard to carry around, this is way too big and way too expensive tripod, but it keeps you from dropping your camera, you'll be happy you had a good tripod. Yeah, you know, I always often wonder too, how many of these people buy like cheap helmets, right? Because, you know, buying a Riot or Bell is too expensive, so I'm gonna buy some generic ass helmet and then crack my head open. I'm always curious. Like, at what point do you stop thinking everything is only about, let me get it as cheap as possible and then buy something that's functional? Like, and most of the people that do that for certain of their tech gear, they have another vice where they spend it on, right? So, for instance, I have a friend like that, but that dude will drop $2,000 on a golf club without even thinking about it, but will be like, oh, I don't want to get this because it's too expensive and it's like $40. So, I mean, everybody has their vices. And 9 times out of 10, if someone believes it's not worth it, it's because Apple's not hitting them on their target. And, you know, every person is not an Apple customer. Like, you know, but it's just really low-hanging fruit for YouTube. People love to bash on the number one. So a lot of the creators literally just saying that mess because they know that talking spicy will get them clicks. It totally works, right? Creating the unnecessary animosity and making the larger base, which is the PC base, is still larger, making the larger base feel better about themselves by talking shit about Apple, even if you're completely wrong. It sells. It just really does. And that's why there's so many channels, Linus, with full ass Apple hate. But while Linus would sit there and give you all of his full ass Apple hate, he made a Mac channel. That is huge. And he'll come in every once in a while and say, you know, dumb stuff. I don't know. Like, it's kind of funny. Like that dude, he's another one of them that I would just kind of want to punch in the face. um, for supposedly a nice guy, like, totally Canadian dude, right? Like he fully went after all of that spiciness and generated a full entire Mac channel so that he would not miss out on the thing. Man, I can't remember. Oh, Mac address. That's the name of it. So the Mac channel has 500,000 subscribers. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. It has 500,000 subscribers. So for all of the spiciness that he talked, he went and invented a whole nother channel specifically about Apple products that now has 500,000 subscribers with 96 videos. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. On the LTT channel itself, he will completely talk mad spicy about all the Apple stuff and say dumb stuff and, blame them for doing this, that, and the next thing. And then he turn around and he put somebody else on the channel to say the exact opposite. It's just kind of funny. I just wish that part of it would sort of stop. The other thing that's super stupid, this one's just funny to me. Again, you're gonna find this in all kind of things. People will go hardcore on, oh, you're just a fanboy, or so and so's a fanboy, or whatever. I'm like, have you seen me in my Manchester gear? Like, have you seen me in my Raiders gear? Yeah, I'm allowed to like what I like, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's really stupid. But people use that as if it's some kind of like, bad thing. It cracks me up because the same people that do that will be like hardcore about their Lakers or, even their Xbox versus PlayStation type of crap, right? It's super funny. It's super funny. These people that are fans and there's people that are haters. All right, it's funny, and that some of the haters are running full businesses off of the hate. Every year is the same, right? New Tech is launched, promising to solve all the issues, make the buyer much better, but is only moderately better. The buyer is still at the same skill level. This is true because some people don't even bother to figure out their skill game. If I have a use for an Apple product, I'll buy it 100%. That's how I am. Watching from Germany. Nice. What are you doing over there? Yeah, that's how I see it, Sammy. So that's a good talking point. I see all these things as tools, right? If you need a tool to build a house, you just go to Home Depot and you buy it, or Lowe's, or wherever you get your tools from. And it's funny how we can spend, couple $100 on a drill. Nobody says anything. You just buy it. But you slap an Apple logo on it or a Samsung logo on it, and then people are coming for you. Like, people are coming for you like it's the end of the world. Or you're doing something dumb because you bought a tool that does what it does. Here, this is a funny thing. The huge portion of the population just rocks a real simple, this one's dirty, a real simple basic phone. Because you know what they use it for? They use it for a phone. I had to go out and hunt down an Android phone to do some testing on the product that I'm testing, which I can't talk about. But I had to search high and low because most of my friends are Apple people. And I had to go through my list of green bubbles and be like, who do I know that has a green bubble? And luckily, my partner from the wood shop, I remember he used to be a green bubble. I made him switch to iPhone. And so he still had this Samsung. I don't even know what the hell it is. It's a something 7. Luis probably knows by looking at it. It's a something 7. G7? I don't know. but it works. It worked for testing the piece of thing that I was testing. So it's kind of funny. It's really weird to sit here and stare at something that's completely out of my ecosystem. So in theory, maybe it's an S7. Oh, Roy knows because he deals with a lot of people from the other side of the fence too. Yeah. Hey, spray. Wait. Oh. Hi, Rich. Good to see you, boss. Yeah, like it's really, really weird. Like just jumping into the whole ecosystem switch. Listen, this is funny because nobody really talks about that, right? I am long time hardcore Apple user. Like I'm a tech person, so I can use anything. But code switching to do this, just to do the testing that I'm doing for the again this device that I can't talk about, I would love to talk about it. It's weird. Like switching ecosystems is not very easy, right? So even like hitting this and doing the little weird pattern over here to unlock it, like yeah. And then something I've never you guys tell me if this is real or fake. Something I've never seen on an iPhone. It says vulnerability detected. What does that mean? I know exactly what it means, but like when have you ever seen a virus warning on your iPhone? Yeah, Rich said I have a tablet I detest. I mean, the screen is clear, cool, but like really, like why do I get it something that says, you know, I have a vulnerability on my phone? But anyway, skipping that, just jumping out of one ecosystem to the other, and you could do it simply. I know people that go back and forth and back and forth. You're not really using your phone hard enough to make either one of them a better decision than the other. I'm just saying, like this is crazy. Like it has all kind of dead pixels in the screen, right? And something went wrong, but there's a dead pixel there. There's a dead pixel there. Like these are just things I've never seen in an iPhone ever in my life. I've never seen a dead pixel anywhere in any iPhone, and I've seen broken screens, whatever. But yeah, just kind of funny. I'm just curious. I'm curious. Hey, this is dope though. The Sony Xperia, I kind of coveted one of those. The higher end version that's made to connect with your Sony cameras and things like that. I've kind of coveted one of those for a hot minute. I think they're super dope. Yo, this is just telling me I can't even jump into the Google Play Store. So whatever, man. I'm not even going to bother with it. I don't have any data on here to be vulnerable. I'm literally just using it for a simple test. But yeah, I don't know how people can just switch back and forth on this thing. Like it doesn't make sense to me. You know, but that's the point. Until about 2 years ago, I was Android since the original Verizon Droid. Wow, Roy, talk about that, fam. That's good. Boom. Yeah, this I've really, really, really been wanting to. I've been really wanting to get an Xperia because I've seen all of my creator friends that are Sony camp, like all the stuff that they're doing with it. Just super cool. Yeah, so totally looking forward to new phones, but other than that, nothing really excites me. And like what's coming out, I know that Google is coming out with new phones probably this week or next week, and yeah, that's it. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys. I am getting ready for, of course, my Japan trip, and then right after that, I'm going to bounce back and go to Creator Camp. So I've been doing a lot of getting stuff ready for the travels. Like as you guys know, most of you guys has been around here. I have been on the road once a month since February. So I've spent a lot of time like honing that travel tech, like what it is to take, what not to take. I've been honing the living crap out of my travel tech, and I've come to some really cool pieces. Last year, this time, Keely and I were talking about a backpack company called Pact, Pact, and she swore by it. Pakt, sorry. I ended up switching to get Alpaca, and since then, let me get rid of this. And since then, I have got like 5 pieces and I love it. So this was a pretty cool bag, but I wanted something that was a little bit more tech friendly. And this is 35 liters, 45 liters. Those are great backpacks. Like I've been, even at my size, which has always been difficult, I've been learning how to muster the single bag pack. There we go. And man, super dope. So I have this one. This is a 32 liter, I want to call it. But man, this thing is dope. I'll bust it out when I'm on the road, and I'll show you guys once it's fully packed, like how dope it is. But family, the thing about this, which is super super cool, like the number one thing that made me fall in love with this, go away, Rakuten. Let me just make that go away because it drives me psycho. Is this admin panel thing in the front, right? And I have it basically packed out for Japan already. So before I go, I'll bust out a little something for the members and show you what I mean. This admin panel is dope, right? It just flips down from the front. You got quick access to the zipper. You throw all your cords in here. For me, I put glasses in this one pocket, and I put my field notes rocket book in this pocket. This pocket right here just has like wipes and the iPhone cable, things like that. But it's super dope. On the front, there's this pocket, which completely fits wallet and passport. Of course, you can throw a tripod on the side. I have my PG Tech tiny, tiny little tripod there on the side. But I like the fact that it just opens up and you can see everything in there. So even I can stuff in a small camera cube or, small little camera bag. Like it all fits right in here. Good place for cables. Has little side zips on the side, which you can't really see from this picture. But that will wholly carry all your little batteries and little weird things that otherwise fly all over your bag and you find yourself digging, like digging for days. Inside the pocket where the computer goes, there's a computer pocket and an iPad pocket, which are suspended in the air. In other words, they stop about like right here, and then the other one goes all the way down to the bottom. So you can put the chargers and whatnot in there. And then on the side, there's a little spot for either your Apple charger or there's a little zipper pocket where you can put in your sunglasses, whatever. But this thing is sick. Another thing I absolutely love about this bag, which they don't really show in the picture, is it has an AirTag pocket. So there it is. You can legit just pop your AirTag right in the pocket. Like this bag is so dope. So I got the X-Pack version, which is the one with the orange inside, because I think it's easier to see when you're looking for stuff in the dark, and completely waterproof zipper, waterproof fabric. The lighter version, this version is heavier, but the fabric is also waterproof. It's just that cloth kind of fabric, whereas this X-Pack feels like sailcloth. You know what it is. Old school parachute pants. That's the best way to describe it. So I got that one and then was totally in love with that. So I also picked up the regular everyday backpack for when you're not traveling. This one's like 23 liters, I believe, 26 liters. And it has very similar things, that same admin pocket kind of like set up. But just skinnier, smaller design, nice big pockets on the side, and just, carries less stuff, but very similar. But another thing that's really dope about this pack, and it's kind of hard to see from that picture. Well, actually, this one doesn't have it. That's why you can't find it. Doc. On the travel version, there's little tabs right here at the top. They're sort of like your load balancers. So when you put it on, you can pull the load up and get it off of your back. And man, it's super dope. Now, I can't use the included waist belt for reasons I don't need to explain to y'all, but it even comes with that too. So yeah, this thing is super dope. And no special gear other than I can send you a code to give you some discount or whatever, but not fully affiliated yet. Something I'm definitely working on. Their stuff is good. Like the build quality is kind of insane. I picked up. Oh wait, let me show you something else. Let me grab this real quick. I picked up a like everyday pouch to put all my stuff in, because one thing that I like to do is when you get a, how do you describe it? When you get to the plane, you go to sit down, right? The thing that's the most obnoxious is the person that's sitting there going through all of their stuff, trying to get all the individual pieces out so that you can sit down, right? I like to have a quick access, just grab all your stuff and you go, right? So I have this guy right here. That's the Nano. Actually, I got both of these, but let me show you the one that I'm absolutely in love with. Not the little. Yep, it's this one. Nope, that's the older one. Hold on. Why you stupid? It has to be this one. Yep, there it is. There it is. So I got this guy and absolutely love it. The magnet to put the thing, around your body or whatever, this right here, is super easy because it just magnets on, slides off, doesn't disconnect. Super dope there. The profile is small, fit it right in front of your chest. Inside there, I have two iPhones, Insta360 X3, Insta360 Go 3, two USB-C cables, iPhone cable, hand sanitizer, 2 packs of Shout, just in case you spill something on your fit. Something called an Airfly. I don't know if you guys know what an Airfly is, but I love this thing too. We'll talk about that in the splitsies. Yeah, this is what it is, 12 South Airfly. So I have an Airfly in there. I also have my Anchor GAN Prime battery pack I talked about, and a small Anchor Nano plug, and let's see, pair of AirPod Pros, and what else? Alcohol wipes, and then chapstick, hand lotion. All fits in there perfectly fine. So when you sit down to the plane, you just pull this out the backpack or take it off your chest, and bam, you're good to go. Throw everything else in the top. You never got to stand up again. Like it all just fits right in here. So this is a really cool bag, especially for like, we're going to be out, at camp. We're going to be running around. We're going to be doing all kind of stuff. And you want to have some stuff. You don't want to lug around a heavy backpack all day. Getting something like this is major. Like I was always carrying like tons of heavy crap with me, but yeah, this is major. This is super, super good. Oh, really? Man, I sent in my application. So yeah, I don't have a link, but if you got one, text it to me or DM it to me, and I'll drop it in the chat. I'll use your link as the link to share with people. Their stuff is so good. Like it's so good, it's obnoxious, right? And the build quality is absolutely insane. You stupid. Oh my God, Paul is stupid. The build quality is actually insane. So I picked this up. Then probably the next thing on the list, which now that I know Dragon has it, I'll buy it from his link, is I'm going to get one of these tech pouches, but I want the bigger version. Here it is, the tech brief. There's 3 sizes of the tech thing, and I want the one that fits right in the middle. There it is. This. again, because it's just something dope. And this one even fits an iPad, bro. It's something dope about being able to just grab what you need and go. So by having this, you can stick this inside the other one and you can keep, everything all together, make it easier on yourself. Cause like rummaging around in the bag is just silly, Raph, I want to see your camera bag set up one day. Like it's time to do an update video. Cause yeah, it's something to me about just grabbing what you need and, getting it done, getting out here. So after living in Japan or seeing what goes on in Europe, because of a lot of the train travel, not as many people drive. Like the MERS is a thing, and once you discover the MERS, you can never go back. It's just so much better than putting all that crap in your pocket or just like leaving everything in the car or whatever like that. It's a much better way to live that life. So the last thing I picked up from them is this little guy right here. I love this thing. Super dope. It's become my little wallet. And I don't know why I accidentally ordered green, but I like it. I was trying to order they had a purple one for a hot minute, but I accidentally ordered green, which is stupid. The purple one is sold out at this point. But I love it. And again, it just fits your car. I could throw my little Kanife right there in the front. That's about what it holds. Fidget spinner, small pair of pliers or a screwdriver or something. And I had my EDC card in there, which got confiscated by TSA on my last trip. After about, 50 trips with it, TSA finally confiscated it. And I was like super pissed. But hey, I'll just buy another one. Thanks, Roy. I appreciate it, dude. The new Anchor Power stuff is so good. It's so good. It's like borderline delicious. Now, this you can pick up at the Apple Store, and I gotta tell you, this thing is gangster. All right, so you plug this into the back of the headset, on the plane, just like this. This looks exactly like the back of Hawaiian Airlines. You plug it in, you put your AirPods in, and you can watch in-flight tainment like directly using your AirPods. So you don't have that stupid wires or use the crappy headphones that they give you. So this thing is super dope. They added a new version, a special edition. Why do they always do that after I buy something? Anyway, the other thing that you can use it for is if you have your rent-a-car or whatever and it doesn't have a good sound, like say the Bluetooth is an older Bluetooth and it sucks or it just doesn't have it because you're using Tudo, you can plug this into the aux and send it from your phone to that. So it kind of like, thanks, Drox, it kind of can work either direction, but I abso-freaking-lutely just love this stuff. All right, boom. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to send this to you guys. Okay, so here's the next question for you people while you're in here. On the airplane, headphones or earbuds? I used to carry my big Shure headphones back there, and I can tell you right now, I finally decided to just stick to sort of earbuds, and I'm feeling like it's better because I carry it less. You rip up your expensive headphones less. There you go. Boom. We're going to put this in the link until they send me my, everybody can buy your alpaca gear from Dragon. Yes, same here. Oh, AirPod Pros. Yep, same here. I really want to get Maxes. I've been using my Ionics, which is by Shure. They're amazing. They're big. You get to carry them around. It gets luggy. I have found that the most important thing to me has been that size, the AirPods are dope. I also got, Mackie gave me a pair of headbuds from Mackie, which are crazy. I love them. They sound so good. And you guys are going to love this. If you haven't bought anything yet, these are super cheap. What are they called? TW. Yeah, these things are only like $130 or whatever, but man, they sound freaking amazing. I'm blown away by how good these are. So I'm gonna take them with me to Japan. They isolate really, really good as far as keeping the noise canceling down. They fit really good in my ears. Everybody's ear is different, but they fit really good. And they're for what they are, like they're mad cheap, but they sound fantastic. I think they sound better than my AirPods, but yeah, the AirPods just has that dope integration with all kind of things. All right, so Michael wants to know. Michael wants to know what's my recommendation on the shotgun mic so that the microphone's out of the shot. I'm going to answer your question, but I'm definitely not the mic out of the shot person. Mic sounds better like this. Shotgun mics will never sound this good. They just can't. They don't have the surface area in the capsule. Yeah, they're crazy. But if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. There's no good cheap shotguns. Not a one. I don't care what anybody says. The Rode is decent, but let me do it. Let me do it. I might have taken it upstairs. Rich is right, though. I'm absolutely triggered. Because none of them sound good. They just don't have. Scientifically, it's a hard thing to pull off. Let's just put it that way. That's the answer. This is the answer. The actual answer, which I was going to show you, but Renee put it there. This is the only answer that I will accept. And the reason why this freaks people out because it don't come cheap, but the reason why it don't come cheap is because it actually works. It is amazeballs, and that's probably the only way you should do it. But most people ain't going to want to do that. So let me pull this. I don't even think you can get it on the Zon anymore. I think they went very far to make sure. Oh no, you got one. Normally, I think Sennheiser may have taken it off the list, but the version that I have is over 20 years old, and it still functions on a daily basis. Maybe one day I'll bring it down and set it up and let you hear it, but this is the only answer. Everything under this will not sound as good. This Rode is amazing, but it still won't sound that good. Renee is giving you the facts. I'm just looking for a super clamp so I can clamp this on. All right. Clamp this up out of the way. But this is the answer right here. 600 is okay, but it's designed for outside shooting. This is what people, I don't think people understand. Like, let me get you to the 600. The 600 will work, but it's completely designed for outside shooting. There's the 200. There's the 400. They didn't even do it. Let me do it this way. So what happens when you're inside and you want to use something like this? The interference tube will hear all the air that moves around in your room. And I think the common misnomer with shotguns is okay. So let's look here. This is not the mic element. The mic element is down here, right? That's what that even little bulb is for. The mic element is all the way the heck back here. So all of this is a tube. It's called an interference tube, and it's kind of designed to help you pick up the ambience as well as a pointed direction for the sound. So when you put in a shotgun mic, you are going to spend a grip on either post processing to get the sound to sound as rich as something like a dynamic mic directly in your face, or you're going to spend a grip on why can I do this? I'm having music farts. Or you're going to just spend a grip on just moving it around and trying to help it find the right position. Once you find it, then you're going to have to add a lot of sound processing to bring the beef back into the sound. Like you just can't get as full of sound. It's clear, it's crisp, it's detailed, it's just not full. So you're going to end up throwing a compressor, a bunch of others, post processing in order to get that thing, because it's not designed for this sort of level of indoor recording. And again, this one sounds good, but you'll hear how thin it is. I just don't know what the heck I did with the cage. I'm assuming it's in my bag somewhere, which I don't want to go get. So, oh, here, I can use this. Haha, this will work. Voila. Oh, don't drop that. Ooh. This is also a dope shotty, but it's made for very particular task. Okay, so let me drop this in. Does it fit? Okay, don't press any buttons by accident, and don't disconnect. Turn off the 20 dB roll off. Leave it like that. High pass filters, boom. Put it at like about 7. I'm gonna put it out of my shot, like right here, which should be good enough for government work. And then you'll hear it. So that's that. Let's put this on. And all right, so this is what the Rode NTG video mic sounds like. It's out of the shot. It's roughly this far away from me, which is about right for most people to be out of the shot. And you'll see that as good as this is, like even a quality mic like this, and I'll put it just like here so you can hear it. Most people point it down. Bad look. You should probably point it up because you get less reflection from the desk. But just lower than the shot is about right here. Look at me dead in my face. And this is just about $300. I would say the MKE 600 will sound similar to this as opposed to going back to the SM7B. And now we're back to sounding like a grown-up, and it's just a much better sound. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be weird. Yeah. You can hear it in action. No, you're allowed to. You're allowed to. Where'd you go, Dragon? Do you have it? Are you using that one for your thing? Because we could just play your video. Yeah. See, again, it's exactly correct, Roy. It's going to pick that up because the wall is right. I can't quite touch it, but it's just beyond the end of my fingertips, right? So let's do something here. I'm gonna do something dumb. I'm gonna put this here and cover the teleprompter for a second, which will help kill some of that reflection. And then we're gonna try again. Okay, so now, again, it's the same thing. Here it is. I'm just dropping it. I have put a towel over there to cover the reflection and see if that helps, Roy, since you pointed it out. You're the one that's listening. But again, it's that. I can't help myself. I want to go to the stream and listen. Give me a second. Oh, that's way back. All right, so yeah, I can hear it, and I'm listening to it over here in the stream. And I mean, it sounds okay, but it definitely won't sound as good as this. Now we're back to the normal sound, and I can hear what the switch is. Now we're back to the normal sound, and then I can hear this. What the switch is. Now we're back to the normal sound, and then I can hear this. What the switch is. Okay, yeah. There you go. So, yeah. So if you cool with that, that's your answer. I ain't cool with it. You got what's acceptable for you. It doesn't matter what I say. If you're cool with that, Rode NTG video mic. This is the NTG proper, and it's much cheaper than buying the Sennheiser. I can't do it. It doesn't meet my value proposition. So let me give you the right one so you can go in there and do what you like. If you like that, you're good. I mean, not. I use it all the time for my actual outdoor video recording. I think it's the best, like, running gun shotty, unless someone's going to pay me to bring out the big dog. If they pay for the big dog, I'll bring out the big dog. So, let's hit this. If you're happy with that, that's all you. The good thing is, pick it from Amazon, because then you can give it back if all of a sudden you change your mind. Yeah, once you listen, I'm going to show you guys something. Luis and I were talking about this earlier today. I'm going to show you guys something. It'll be the last thing I talk about because I got to go to my appointment. But let me show you this. Where'd it go? I thought I dragged it down here so I can keep it. All right. This patent right here, 1974, for the SM7. It actually released in 73, but it took that long to get the patent approval. The original joint, the OG joint, let me hide this one, was legit dropped 1964. Right? You don't, 50 bumbleclot years we've been cranking on the same joint. Since 1973 until now, we've been rocking the same joint for 50 years. Why is that? Because it's the answer. All the tech in the world, all of the possible things out there, all of the AI plugins and Paul and Luis, the crisp, and all of the things you can do, 50 blood clot years. This is the answer. And everybody wants to do everything but this for all kind of myriad reasons that they tell themselves, this is the answer. 50 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 50. 50 years. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 years. I'm just saying. The 416 will sound much better than this. This is dope for what it is. I ain't gonna lie. But the 416, you listen to it every single day of your life with every movie you watch, every TV show. The 416 is life. So you heard it today. You don't even know you did, but you heard it today. It is good. I'll see if I can dig it out and bring it down here and plug it up. Maybe I'll see if I can snatch it from plug it in on Saturday. I got to redo some transmogrificating my system, but you'll hear it. It's dope. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I never had a problem. But hey, damn, that's cool. I currently have in my setup, I just don't want to in my shot. Yeah, okay. Okay, now I got a curious question. Who convinced you that it shouldn't be in your shot? I'm just curious. I'm not going to pick on you that much, but who convinced you that you shouldn't have it in your shot? Because I hear people say crazy stuff all the time, like, "Oh, it's distracting." If this is distracting from what you're saying, you ain't talking about shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be factual. If I'm sitting here right now telling you that if you could listen to me for the next 15 minutes, I can guarantee you get 10 grand by the end of the day, you wouldn't care if my mic was like this. You would be all about it. You wouldn't even care. So, like, people like to say stuff like that, but if the content is good, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Look at the amount of crap that's on TikTok right now that just got gajillions of views because people love it. They're entertained. They're getting some value. That value might be laughter. That value might be entertainment. That value might be getting pissed off at the president or the other president. That value might be learning how to do a downward facing dog and stretch your sacroiliac. Whatever the value is, they're getting this shot with this. In not even this, we're going to take it back to this Samsung 7 something crust bucket. Like, they're getting value with it like that. So I'm really curious as to, like, why does the in the shot or out of the shot make a difference? Now, if your hands are busy because you're doing something that requires you to have a lot of space, like, as much as it pains me, Anna had to go to shotgun because she kept whacking the mic because she's like super Dominican. So yeah, that's a concession that they had to make. Because of that, it makes sense, and now it works perfectly fine. Did it sound better when she's using her SM7B? 100%. But you know, she cannot stop swinging the hand, so so she had to. So yeah, I'm super curious. Paul has video about shotgun mics and a video. Yes, not Paul. Thomas Wellbuck. Yeah, so I'm super curious as to, like, for the people like Tatiana, she's that way. She's like insisted that it's not be there, and I'm just like, why do you think that? Where'd you get it from? I'm just curious. I'm always me because I did audio first and video was second part of my equation. I'm always going to be audio first. As much as I love the video side of the business, I'm always going to be audio first because that's what I learned first, and I have a face for radio. Let me see. Let's see. Shotgun. Oh, you know what, Mike? The other hardly talked about MK55, old school, but amazing little miniatures. It's more of a pencil mic than a shotgun mic. We won't get into the complications of the detail. Yes, I'm with you, Roy. That is my only, especially because I can't type. No, sorry, the MKH50. The MKH50 is dope, but it definitely requires some hunting. They're not as easily available, but they are quite amazing. This is legit what Tom uses for the majority of his videos, and this sounds fantastic. Again, I think it's about the same thing, close to $1,000. Oh man, I didn't preface this. Let me do that again. Tom Buck shotgun mic. Boom, and then that's better. It's actually a pretty decent test. I believe in this video he does talk about the NTG, which I have, and he talks about the MK50, the NTG, and the DD Mic 2, which I also have. The Mic 2 is right here in the drawer. I like my Mic 2 again, but nothing's better. And then here's a good one. Here's a good one. Let me get you this. All right. This is the 14 versus the MK50. There you go. at least Michael admits it. It's a personal preference, and you're allowed to have all of those. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. You're allowed to have your preferences, even if it includes a Yeti. I said I was going to stop talking about Yetis. Yeah, it's. I'll tell you what. It is definitely. Uh, yeah. Okay. Same thing. Seeing the lav in the shot, like if I'm doing cinematic, nah, I hate that word. Let me take that back. If I'm doing something where you're not supposed to know the person is talking to you, I will hide the laugh. If the person's supposed to be presenting to you, news person, interview person, general conversation, I ain't wasting my time hiding the laugh. I'll just stick it right in the shirt, throw some toupee tape on it, and call it a day. But if the person is supposed to be acting a la Hamilton, then I'm going to put the laugh somewhere where it can't be seen, right? Yeah. So, yeah, I fully understand that. Fully understand that. You can do whatever you like. If you're in knowing that you're coming from a videographer background, skip it. Just get the just get the 416 because you'll use it. You'll use it for work. You'll use it for more than just your studio. And again, the version that I have is I want to say close to 30 years old. I'm pretty sure it's about that old. I mean, if I remember, I was in my mid 20s when we first got it, so it's been around for like a hot second. Let me check. Pop, pop, pop. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Since we're gonna go crazy, since we're gonna go crazy, I'm going to heat up Big Daddy down here on the floor for Saturday. That's what I'll do. I would have to remember to come early enough to plug it in and give it a second to heat up. But I'm gonna bust it out. I don't know if Drugs is still here, but he might be the only person here that will appreciate this. So yeah, we're gonna pull out all the stops. Plus, I need to put some heat in these tubes. It's been a minute. Yeah, let's bring this out. It's gonna take at least a half an hour for me to get this bad boy hot. But, you know, since we want to hear what epic mics sound like, I'm going to bring this bad boy out. And then we'll see. I want to show you guys, like, what it sounds like. It's been a while since I heated her up. So she needs to heat up. But this right here, family, is the Bizom. You guys will hear what, like, epic mic sounds like. Yeah, that'll give us something to do. We're going to want to play a game. Like, this thing is stupid huge. Let's see. Yeah, it's bigger by a long shot. It's longer and thicker. There he is. It's they. I'm gonna call all my microphones they from now on. Yes, yes, Nikki. It's a Yeti. With that, I want to leave you people be. I gotta go do some appointment stuff before. Oh, let me put this. Look, it still has the manuals from way back in the day. You know it's old when the manual be like this. Like this. Oh, look at that. Yo, I'm gonna say this microphone is older than Michael. The rest of y'all are old, so I can't use that joke. Maybe Aubrey. This microphone is older than Michael and Aubrey, but the rest of y'all are old folks. So I just like the fact it comes in a James Bond Halliburton case. Walk through the airport with it like strapped to your arm. Din, 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 din. These days it's old if it comes with a manual. Facts. Man, Michael, thanks for a good question because, yeah, it's important. And again, I think for you, knowing that you're in the filmmaking and stuff, I would probably say just go straight to the 416. The MKH50 also would be dope for your video production. Those two mics are bomb. So the last video I sent you from Tom will give you a good explanation of the two. And both of them will be highly worth having in your arsenal for your video production game. And it will work fine when you're in the studio. It will work actually above fine when you're in the studio. So that would probably be my two choices for you on that. And thank you for a dope question. It is actually, they're pretty good. The one thing that MKH50s are a little hard to come by, so hopefully you might have to look used, and because of that, they're currently more than 1,000, but it should be around 1,000 if you can find one. Anyway, appreciate that. Boom. Yeah, both of them would be super dope for you to have in your arsenal, if you will. I hate using that word as a Manchester United fan, but when we say quiver, with quiver doesn't sound as as beefy. Anyway, fam, I appreciate you guys. I got some stuff I want to send out to you, and yeah, I will get on that before I jet. I want to keep you guys properly built. One last thing before we go, and you guys are lucky because there's only a handful of y'all here. So listen. This is funny because anybody who's watching the replay that doesn't get all the way to this, they're going to miss out on this. I'm forever talking to you guys about being ready because you never know when you're going to get the call up you've been waiting for. I just had one of those moments. And some people in my gold group, they know about it because they was there when I got the phone call. Keep it. You guys in the Go group who know, don't say anything. We're taking it back under wraps until I get better approval from the client. But, Go group, just feel blessed that you were there, that because you were there when the phone call came through. For everybody who doesn't know, hopefully I get a chance to share this with you. But you never freaking know when you're going to get the call up. And if you don't watch baseball, that doesn't make any sense to you. If you watch baseball, you know what it is. The call-up basically means you play for, so Rich lives in Dallas. You pay for the Beattigo Creek Roosters, but you want to play for the Rangers. Actually, don't they come from Houston? Anyway. And, you just work hard coming from the Grapefruit League to the Semi-Pro League and the minors. And then one day the coach calls you and says, okay, you're ready. The shortstop just got hurt. I need you to come in and cover shortstop. And you just got to be ready. And where does that come from? That comes from constantly working on your craft, constantly studying what you're studying, constantly trying to get better, not getting to a level where I'm comfortable cranking out this content. I don't need to get any better so I can just sit here. because you never know when that call up is going to come. And this weekend, on the weekend, holiday weekend, I got a call up from one of the biggest creators in the planet and somebody that I absolutely love. Like, I have been following this person's career for well over 10 years and reached out to me for my expertise. That's a trip. You just never freaking know. So stay ready. Work on your joint. Practice. When it feels bad and it feels like you're not, I'm over this or whatever. Actually, me, I'm going to be like diving deeper. Like a lot of people, right? I almost didn't want to because I started to think it was fake. As I was reading it, I started to think it was fake for a second, but it turned out to be very much real. And Paul knows. Paul's my second brain, so Paul knows. Yeah, it's really weird how a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm burnt out, so I'm going to stop." I think that's when you probably should push the hardest. But again, it depends if we're talking clinical burnout or the fake, social media, internet burnout. Right? This is why I say it's not cool to tell yourself things about yourself that aren't maybe true. Right? I'm not going to sit here and say that there's no such thing as a DSM-5 level exhaustion burnout, where you really need like help from medical professionals. Yes, that exists. I made a bunch of videos and I don't feel like making videos, and yet all these people are paying me this brand, Rode is paying me to make all of these. They're not, but it's paying me to make all these videos, and I don't feel like making those videos, so I'm burnt out. That's not fair. It's not fair to people who are emotionally distraught for you to just claim that. But that just means you're tired because you're doing something that you're not fully on purpose with or in alignment with. And one of the things that I really haven't even had a chance to discuss with the client is we have similar purposes. And so I know this will align with what I want to do, besides of the fact that it's big and that it's dope and, I get a chance to do this. But like, if you don't hear nothing else I say today, if you think shotgun mics are the bee's knees, I'm teasing Mike, or, I'm just sitting here speaking Haitian to you. If you don't get nothing else, be ready. Just study your craft to the point where you can be confident and you don't have to like second guess your abilities, because some people will be like, why me? Some people will be like, I'm not ready yet. Some people will be like, I don't deserve this. And this is how you miss opportunities. I'm not going to miss this one. I'm not going to screw this one up. I'm going all in. And yeah, it's going to require me to do a little bit of traveling real quick. But hey, you never freaking know. So just be ready. That's all I want to say. To all you guys that are in the Go group who are there, thank you for being there for me, because I think I was a lot calmer because I couldn't scream and yell and act like a fool with you guys there. Be like, ah. But yeah, just, don't give up on yourself. Somebody needs you. You just don't know who it is yet. And sometimes who it is might surprise you. Nobody knows what's in store for you. So just be ready, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. There you go. Be ready, my friends. You put water into a cup, it becomes a cup. If you put water into a bottle, it becomes a bottle. If you put water into a teapot, it becomes a teapot. A water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friends. I'll leave you with that. Boom. Anybody knows where that comes from? Drop it in the chat on the way out. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you. See you in the Discord real quick.
Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham.
Hold it, stop the music.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.